Hi, everybody. My name is Daniela Uti. I'm co-creator of Alternative Society NFT. And this is episode 3 of our podcast, Unconventional Career Path, where we talk to people who are in creative careers within the tech industry that wasn't usually celebrated. And today we have Uti Nwachukwu.
Hey,
how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I'm a bit hungover, but
embarrassing.
I know. I love my liquor. I'm not ashamed of it. You should see my collection right here, but I'm not going to show you.
So, we wanted to just basically talk to you about your creative career path.
Okay.
First off, we're going to start with, what state in Nigeria did you grow up?
Oh, I grew up in Delta State. I was born in uhl-teh. Moved to Sapele when I was 11, and I was there till 25-ish. Yeah.
So at one point exactly did it hit you that, I want to be a creative? I want to, and you can go back to your childhood too.
It's fine. I've always known I was going to be in the arts. I performing arts in the sense of TV presenting and acting, and I actually thought I was going to be a musician growing up. I always fantasized about being on stage. I had a great voice. I still have a great voice, just that I don't really take it as seriously as I take the other talents that I do have. So school was always like, let me do this for mommy and daddy, give them my certificate and then chase my dreams. Right from way back, I was literally raised in front of the television. So I have my sense of imagination is quite vivid. So I always fantasized about, in fact, everything I'm doing now, I've fantasized about. So I've always known. Right from when I was probably 8.
So when you were in secondary school, I don't know if it's the same thing in Delta State, where they have the art class, science class.
Oh yeah, I was a science student. I hated the workload involved in the arts. I'm not a very theoretical person. I'm more of a practical person. So I liked the sciences because the science departments, or rather the science classes, were more straightforward. The arts, you look at their textbooks and their notebooks, and they have to add, and I'm like, I ain't gonna read all this shit, So the only arts course I did was literature, and that's because I wanted to avoid geography, because I found literature more interesting than geography. I hated geography, so and I schooled in Edo State, Nigerian Education Center. It used to be one. Delta and Edo used to be Bendo. So So brain-wise, I think I'm a science student, but talent-wise, I'm an art student. Yeah.
Okay. So, as a science student at that point, you guys were allowed to take literature.
Oh yeah. It was an elective. You could drop geography and take literature. So that's exactly what I did.
That is news to me.
Oh, yeah.
That is news to me. So when you started your creative career, how did your parents feel about it? Was it something that they were pushed back on, or was it something that they actually celebrated and allowed?
Well, I'm the last born in a family of 6, so the iron fist had definitely relaxed when I was born. My dad's one was simple: do whatever you want to do. At the point when they got to me, my brother and sisters, they were obviously cajoled into reading the sciences like medicine, and then even the arts one. It wasn't about creative arts, it was about law and all of that. So in my time, it was all about just bring a certificate home, And so when it started, they were a bit uncertain. I didn't really tell them before I went on the Big Brother show. But when my father experienced all the love and attention, and they're like, oh my god, that's your son. Oh, your son. He instantly jumped on board, and he started asking, so what's next, what are we doing next? And my mom has always been, my father is the fire, my mom is the water, so my mom has always been supportive. My mom was always about happiness. Just as long as you're happy, do whatever you want that makes you happy. So but my dad was more of the iron fist, but he was sold from my first appearance on TV.
That's actually kind of rare.
Very rare.
Because Nigerian.
Yeah, if I told him, he would have probably said no. But I was a rebel right from day one. I've always been a rebel, and I've always been a rebel, always. So he saw himself in me. I'm so much like my dad, and my dad loves the arts, but he was more realistic in terms of at that time in Nigeria, like you said, back in the day, people would tell you, oh, if you want to be a musician, you'll be poor. If you want to be this, you'll be poor, blah, 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 blah. So he was more concerned about our future and our well-being and our financial growth in the future, not like he was against the arts. So he's like, yeah, it's good to love all these things, because, I mean, he's the one that filled up the house with like movie cassettes and musical cassettes until transition to CDs. So obviously he loved the arts. He just didn't think Nigeria was the right place to practice those professions. So with me showing him that, oh, we're getting there and this is what is happening, he was like, yes, my son, you look at him on the billboard. Look at him on Tencel. So yeah.
So did you ever think of actually leaving Nigeria?
Oh, yeah.
Nigeria, being where you are, creative, living in Nigeria is kind of...
Yeah. I actually won the visa lottery in 2005, but I was disqualified in 2006 because of the first name, last name error, Uti Nwachukwu, Uti, long story. But I always wanted to leave Nigeria. And if I didn't have a thriving career here, I would have left a long time ago.
So how did you... So with Big Brother, was Big Brother like one of the first steps that brought you into limelight?
It was the step. It was the step. It was the magical step. Big Brother literally changed my life in Nigeria. If not for Big Brother, I probably would have left this country a long time ago.
So what phase of creative were you when you got into Big Brother? Because you said as creatives we are just
all over the place. I was still in my movie. I was still in my music stage, but then I'd gone for a reality show called Next Movie Star. That one didn't really give me the exposure I wanted, but what it did was to teach me about the experience, the reality TV experience, and helping me get comfortable in front of the camera and all of that. So I think my music stage is permanent. Because when I mean, if I'm at a bar and there's karaoke, I will sing. If I'm in an environment where my vocal cords are needed, I will give it to them. Not literally. You know what I mean? So I was in the music, movie. The one I didn't really see coming was presenting, because presenting was too natural. I guess that one was also there. So you see, that's what I'm saying. Like, back in the day, I would watch like Style with Elsa Clench on CNN. Or I would watch like Showbiz Today and all of that. And I just naturally could do those things. I mean, I was social work twice in secondary school. So I would say I was in all three phases. I was at that phase where you would wake me up from sleep and say, okay, present this show, and I would do it off the top of my head. Wake me up and say, okay, sing something. I would sing anything. And they would give me a script, and they would be like, okay, act out. I was like growing up, I was literally the one that my dad would call to say, oh, come and explain what you saw on the road today. Oh, come and tell me about that, my friend. How does my friend act? And then I would reenact things in front of my father and his friends and my mom, and everyone would laugh. So, it's just like you're creative, and as long as you're not forcing anything, I think it's always a part of you.
Oh yeah, it comes naturally to people that I've noticed. Creatives are just creatives, and they were all rebels. At the end of the day, you will be the one to wear red hair.
Yeah, exactly. Blonde beard stuff. I'm gonna remember. So I guess to answer that phase question. I never had that thing where you're like, oh, I'm in my TV presenter phase, oh, I'm in my model phase, or I'm in my model phase, or oh, I'm in my movie phase. No, it was just ever present. But the phase of my life, I would say physically, I was in the phase of what the hell am I going to do with my hair? So I was physically, yes, that's where I was. Like, okay, I need to do something about this hair. Like I was still trying to figure out what I wanted. Whether I wanted short hair, or the rough dreads, or the long dreads, or whatnot. But I think later on, I just decided. My second time I was on Big Brother, I said, yeah, I'm wearing these babies. But yeah, talent-wise, always this phase.
So with regards to hair, and we'll use this to go into the phase of fashion. With regards to hair, maybe this is me, but I know that I can't keep one hair for more than 3 months. I'll either change either the color. It has to be sharp different. So did you ever have that phase where it's, because you said it's like you wanted like a one specific hairstyle, but did you ever have that phase where it was like, oh, today I want to just go and cut off
yes,
and just have
Yes, I went through
Okay.
that, but every time I would think of cutting my hair, and I think of all the work I put into, growing it to this level, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to suffer this from beginning. So what I used to do was trim it real short to here, to like my jaw length, and just let it grow again. But I never thought of scraping it all off. I literally just came out of my blonde phase. Last 2 years in 2000, yeah, I've like had a full blonde beard, blonde hair up until a month ago, where I went back to black for my natural color hair. But my hair still has like streaks of gold. Yeah, and that's I'm not going back to like pure black dreads. No, that's not gonna happen. Because black is boring and predictable, for hair. So yeah, I don't know what will happen tomorrow. I might wake up tomorrow and say, I want maroon, or I want burgundy, or I want gray. I want to be a fool because I'm a natural gray. I started to gray very early as 19. So I don't know if you can see, but there's like a few strands. But I just recently re-dyed it. But I have a lot of gray, and I have like a gray streak here too. I started graying at 19, so I would play with colors. I would always play with colors. I would play with like styles. I remember when someone told me, every time I'm looking for a new style for my dreads, and it's usually women. So I don't know if I should be happy about that, because they're like, I go to your page to look for hairstyles, and I'm like, okay, thank you. And even my mom, that was a bit uncomfortable with my hair when I first. In fact, my whole family was uncomfortable with the hair because the early stages of dreadlocks are really hideous. Around the early stage of dreadlocks is really hideous. So they were very uncertain. But now my mom is like, I like this style that you did it like this. That's what I'm like. Yeah. So it is great. And I have my sister saying, Abi, should I do dreadlocks? I'm like, So yeah.
So what does that do for you? Like whenever you change your hair or you change the color of your hair, how does that make you feel? What does that do for you? Does it make you feel like you're a different person, or does that emphasize it in your life?
It almost feels like a rebirth. Every time I change my look, it's when I'm about to take my life and my career to another level, a different path, a different I want people to see another version of me. You know what I mean? So I use my looks to express my growth, if that makes any sense. Yes. So whenever I do that, it refuels me. It feels like whatever fire that was burning that seemed to be burning low, it just feels like I've thrown more gas on the fire. So whatever I'm doing at that period, I feel like a comeback kid. That's what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I imagine that you've always been somebody who has been meticulous and very cognizant about how you look from when you were younger. Would you say that it increased?
Not really.
With that reaction?
No, because
so how did it change?
How did it change? Exactly, because I was the ugly duckling. 6 children. My brother was a super hunk with muscles, shoulders, tall. He's light skinned. And I have drop dead gorgeous sisters. My sisters were the bells of the ball in every school they went to. Were very pretty growing up. And then there was me, the alien looking kid with big ears, extremely skinny, big ass lips, cat eyes, pointy ass nose, and just weird long limbs and just clumsy. So I come from a family of roasting, so I was roasted consistently. So I never saw myself as cute, so I didn't really care. Like my dad would say, "Tuck in your shirt, are you looking like a street boy?" And I'm like, I'm not tucking the shirt. But then when I lived in my house, I would like bring it out. I really didn't care about my looks. I just wanted to dress up and go out, I just felt okay, I'm not fine, so why should I bother, but then when I made it but in school, funny enough, in secondary school, I would hear, he's so cute, but I just thought they were being nice. I thought they were being nice because I would look at my picture and I wouldn't like what I saw, and I was like, why are these people telling me I'm cute? Maybe they're just doing it because my sisters are fine. I think I was really cute up until I had the cute phase of between 8 and 11/12, and then that puberty hit, and then I started to look like a baby dragon. My skin complexion, my face was empty and pale and black, and I was just like, so this is who I've grown up to be. So I didn't know I was going to blossom into this manly adults later on. And it started to happen at 20. And then I remember university girls telling me, older girls telling me, oh my God, you could be a model. I say, hey, me, as I be so. And then I didn't buy it. Came to Lagos, auditioned a few times. I wasn't called back. I was like, duh. And then the first time I got a gig was in 2000, was it 4 or 5? After the visa lottery thing, yes, it was after 2005, right? And then I got the Airtel gig, I got music video extra gig. I was like, okay, maybe I am fine. And then I worked in a bank for 1 year, from 23 to 24. So I started to wear my father's old ties and some of his old dress shirts. And, people say, oh, you're well dressed. I think that's where it started from. When I started to work at, because I worked with GTB for a year. And I had to, as a banker, you had to dress well. And my father was a power dresser, God bless his soul. He was a heavy power dresser. So he had a lot of dress shirts and he had retired by then. So I used to wear all his fancy clothes to work. And everyone like, this guy, you did dress, so. And my sisters also played a role growing up. Because, my sisters liked to dress me up in a way that would make me stand out the way they want their type of guys to stand out, if that makes any sense. Because my sisters were very classy girls growing up. So they'd be like, why are you dressing like that? No. And then they say, no. And then, the ones that had traveled out would come back, buy specific shirts for me, teach me out. Okay, combine this with this faded jeans. Like, hey, now you're looking like this. Wear these glasses. So they made me, come think of it, they made me conscious of my dress sense. Because they're like, this is how to look so that people will not see you finish in public, And my dad too. So yeah, that's when from 2003-ish, that's when I started to really be conscious of my dress sense. And of course, as an entertainer, the rest is history.
Because it's a thing, I think it's a thing of pizzazz that people have on the normal.
Yes.
So it might not have been something that you notice within yourself, but somebody else will see it before you.
Yes.
For you, on a normal day, you can just wear like a shirt, but unconsciously, you're conscious about, if I'm wearing red, maybe I should wear this color.
Yes.
But even though you thought about it, it was something that came
naturally. And for me, comfort is everything. So before I go out, like I'm not one of those people that will spend 1 hour trying to do something together. I'll probably put it together in my head. And then I'll try it out. If it doesn't work, I'll just mix and match and be like, okay, less effort, don't overthink it, don't overdo it. Except I'm going for like an award show or work, and have a stylist or a designer, then I'll put the burden on them. So put something together, me, I know fits. And if they put it on me, it doesn't work. I'm like, okay, let's tweak this here, let's do that here, And then for me, it's all about loving what I see in front of the mirror. I don't care what anyone out there thinks. If I love how I look, it influences how I feel. And that's why most people think or feel that I am a bit over the top with my confidence. But I'm just like, no, I mean, that's a reflection of you. You're insecure. So you can't really understand why I am comfortable in my own skin and in my own energy field. So if you want to match my energy, raise your frequency and then we'll be on the same level. Yeah.
Tell them.
I'm doing it for me. I'm not doing it for you guys. I always remind them. I'm not doing it for you people who. I'm doing it so that when I see myself on my photos, I will smile.
Exactly. So when you dress up, what would you say you're most conscious about? Is it glasses or your shirt or your hair or maybe your trousers or shoes?
I'm more conscious about everything match. Yes, about how everything comes together. That's what I'm most conscious about. Because I wouldn't say I'm conscious about accessories or maybe my shirt or my pants have to fit. No, it's the whole match. Everything has to come together to make me look. If I want to look relaxed, I have to. If I feel relaxed, I have to look relaxed. If I feel like I want to slay, I have to look like I'm here to kill everybody with my outfit. If I feel like I just want to blend in, then if I feel like I want to look like mean and unapproachable, and I'll give them that all black that's not like fashionable, that all black that's like serious black shirt tucked in. I'm like, this I want to feel fair to the back. So it's the whole thing. It's the whole match. Yeah.
Black is classic.
Yeah. I know. Black is safe. All black is, and I never thought I would get to the point where I would love all black. But now, when I wear all black, it's always like, I love it.
When we mature, we begin to like all black. That's how.
And these days, I like capsule collections where it's like, like Now I understand why our parents liked traditional outfits, where they didn't have to go and look for different parts to match it. Just give me food, the same fabric, that you can tweak the style, but I don't have energy to start looking for what to. It's so easy to just match something and go. It's crazy.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Do you have a personal stylist that you work with?
For work, yes. For work, like when it's time to host a TV show or star in a movie. No, star in a movie, that's the job of the costumier. But like for my personal shows and for my red carpet job, just my hosting jobs, yes, I have to have not this. Well, a designer and a stylist. Yeah.
Is it one person specifically, or is it a few people?
I have like a few. There's Papa's Attires. There's Caesar Couture. I've worked with Styling Fidel. That one is a stylist, it's not a designer. And there's what's his name? Fresh by Dotu, and there's Kimono Collection. Yeah, so I've gone through different phases with these different people, but I think the most consistent, I'll go for Caesar and Papa. Caesar because we were in Benin together during my university days, and that we became friends. We're fast friends. Way back 2005, we met and we're friends till today. And you know, I went on my creative path. He's in oil and gas, but his side hustle is his fashion line. Okay. Yes, and then there's Papa's Attires. I met him through a friend in I think 2016, and we hit it off instantly. He's such a sweet guy. You know, one of those sweet guys that just don't have any airs around them. The gentle ones that you wish, I wish I could be this gentle. Maybe I would get into less trouble. You know, so yeah. So Papa's and Caesar are the most consistent ones. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite fashion brand? And this could be global. It doesn't have to be just Nigeria.
My go-to fashion brand is High Street, from Zara to even Forever 21. As I buy like me and T-shirt by Forever 21. The male section, obviously. Zara, I think is the safest for me. I'm a High Street guy. I'm not one of those people that will go Gucci, Fendi, Prada, especially because I get paid to promote brands and wear brands rather than wearing those brands for free. I mean, if it gives me, fine, I will wear it, but I'm not going to spend my money and buy those expensive designers. You know, because a lot of people look very ridiculous when they put like Versace, and then you come with your own High Street, like a complete Zara outfit, and everyone is looking at you, and everyone is asking you, "Oh my God, where did you get this? Where did you?" And the Versace, they're like, this one, where is this one you wear? So it's all about matching. And for me, Zara speaks the language of my soul. You know, they're just so. When I see Zara, I just think Italian, clean fashion. You know, so yeah, I like High. I'm a fan of High Street.
So would you say that when it comes to fashion, you're more minimalist?
I am, until there's a statement to be made. But I am. My default mode is to be a minimalist. Yeah. Yeah.
So would you say can you wear one of those things they wear at like Met Gala?
I can't, because if I'm going to the Met Gala, I have to make a statement. You know, what's the fun in going to the Met Gala if you're going to go out the way you would go for the way you attend the Oscars? There's no fun in that. The Met Gala has themes. You have to play by the rules, you know? There are times where you break the fashion rules, yes, but this is the Met Gala. They have a theme. So break the rules using that theme. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, because our next drop for our NFTs is going to be, so we're trying to promote Alte fashion. So we're going to have like 3D characters dressed up in Alte fashion, nice. And we would have some like it would be innovative in the sense where we would blend it with like some African stuff as well, and just blend that, because Alte fashion is a blend of old school and new school. I love Alte fashion. Love it. Love it so much.
The next drop will be, we would have like the character so we'll show the character head to toe, and we could even potentially like work with you we'll create the 3D character
we don't know my looks. Yes, money, even though I don't know what the fuck NFTs are about, but okay, I just know I see ridiculous images and they're like, oh, this is going for blah 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 blah. I'm like, huh? Okay, how do you make money from this, and why does it have this value, and who's buying this shit? How do you sell this shit? How do you make money from this shit? NF who? NF what? I'm still learning Bitcoin and Ethereum and all of that, and you people are coming here to tell me NF who?
Because I can't tell you too much about the technical side, but I can tell you about the design side and the utility side. So on the side of the design, for instance, you can use all your glory and your image, and we'll create a 3D character that looks like you, exactly like you. The day I do that, you're going to.
Hey, whoa, because Jara, just give me bigger breasts when you do my NFT. Give me bigger breasts. That's it.
The character look like you, and then we will also make the fashion outfit. So that's also a 3D. There's something that is called digital fashion. So they make, it's like you're practically sewing with computer. Basically.
Oh, just like, so it's almost like digital figurines, like when people make like action figures. So it's like a digital 3D figure of you. Nice.
Yeah, so the 3D character is separate, and then the outfit is separate.
Oh,
and usually there are two different people that do that. So people that make normal 3D outfits sometimes specialize in that, and they will be the ones to like make from scratch, put the patterns, if you have a specific pattern you want, and textures, all of that, make all of that, and then somebody else now make the character. So they will make you, and then we will carry you and put you inside the certain outfit.
Okay. Sounds like all these Bitmoji things on like Snapchat and co. Okay.
Yeah, but the reason it's different, a little bit different, is because this one looks more realistic.
Oh, okay.
So now you look more, it's more like, these cartoons that they do on TV now, these certain animated cartoons, but not the 2D part.
The 3D,
part,
yeah.
like
3D, yeah, 3D, yeah. I know.
Yeah, some of the stuff. So that's kind of the next part of what we're going to do is going to be that, and that's going to primarily focus on fashion in itself. So it was exciting to talk to you and also get your insights on fashion.
Oh yes. So you're a criminal. You just wanted to know what makes me take fashion wise. So you book have an idea of how you scheme that. Nice.
Yeah, so that's how we.
But you know, the one thing I always tell designers, especially when there's a statement to be made, I'm always like, I've done safe. I do safe all the time. Put me in something, because all my friends say, I can't wear this. Uti can, but not me. So I always tell designers, put me in something that you're afraid to put on other men. And I'm not saying you should go and give me skirt and net blouse. No, I'm saying, like, you know how your every creative has this wild imagination and like, to be so hard to pass this off. I'm like, whatever outfit you have that you've always been like, I won't get a Nigerian to wear this. Put it on me. And if we don't like it, we'll just tweak some things here. But I promise you, I will sell your dream of that outfit. Yeah.
So, with the way you are, and this is a question that I like to ask a lot of people that are creative, because the way you are now, how are you existing in the Nigerian space?
I know.
So this is okay. We are a bit different though. So ideologies are
extremely different. My views, they always attack me for my views, but I don't care. I dare to be different. I'm audacious about my difference.
Okay.
Very. I've always been a rebel. So, but I'm a rebel with a cause. I'm not someone that would just rebel against every and anything. No. So I dare to be myself. I dare to be, and I dare you to object me being myself. Like, and the things that I was blessed with the gift of the gab. So no matter how you come at me, I will. If I'm in the mood, or if you are worth responding to, you might not like the way I respond. So I'm so different in Nigeria. I've always known that ever since I was born. I was always the kid with that view of you know, I was the kid that was say, okay, even if they said this, but how do you feel about this, you know? And I have three rules to life. As long as you're not intentionally hurting yourself, as long as you're not intentionally hurting another person, and as long as you gain consent when another party is involved, fucking do it. It doesn't matter what another person out there thinks. Fucking do it. You know, that's my motto, that's my mantra, that's how I live by. And the Nigerians can't stand that, because Nigerians have been conditioned to think that you have to be controlled. You know, that religious and societal and cultural slavery mentality. So if you're not this way, then you are odd. And if you're odd is bad. Different is evil. Different is abnormal. And I'm like, who gets to define and determine what is normal? Normal is such a discriminatory word, you know. So why are we using that word? You know what I mean? So people should be audacious about being themselves and allow people to express as who they want to be, as long as you know they won't you. How is it affecting your money? How is it affecting your peace? How is it affecting your life in general? So that's why, I've always had these thoughts right from when I was young. Even with my friends, they play hip hop music. I was drawn to rock. I'll be playing System of a Down, Nickelback, Linkin Park, and they'll be looking at me like, and then they're playing Jay-Z and Nas and, R&B and all of that. And I'll be give me, and then I'll be playing like house music. I started to bump house music back in the days, and they're like, which kind at your butter or you both song be this one? Some they wouldn't say, a woman song be this. I say, where did they write on the music CD? Poor femme. You understand? Like, why you guys gender restricting taste in entertainment and pop culture? Why? So I was very unafraid to be myself. Like other people blasting do, I'll be louding. I was always authentic in who I was. And that's what I was drawn to. I liked pop rock. I liked alternative. I liked house. I liked dance music and techno. Then I used to play all them Blue iPhone 65, and so I've never really cared about Nigerians' opinions of me, honestly speaking. And I guess that's probably why I won Big Brother, because people could see that, at the end of the day, no matter how much they hate you, most of the time they hate you for being bold enough to live authentically. And you end up having people that will root for you. Even the people that are like, I wish I could be bold enough to say what I had on my mind. I wish I could be bold enough to express myself the way you do. You inspire people without even knowing it. And you definitely give people their own voice. People find their voice through you because they've been oppressed and suppressed into a box where they feel like they can't express themselves. So when they feel like they can live vicariously through you, they will support you. So that's it. I don't care about what they think.
Because growing up too, me and my siblings are a bit different. Because my mom studied theater arts in school, so she too, she's autistic. So she couldn't really come into me. So, but I noticed that like I was rebellious to almost everything that Nigeria stood for. So, and I was wondering why, because I love Nigeria so much. And growing up in Lagos, like when I came here too, I was like, I miss Nigeria. But then I know that living there, I might not be comfortable because it's almost like I am a bad omen because I'm rebellious to the toxicity of the society.
Love it.
Not
yes.
So I think that's what it is, because we agree that a lot of the norms are toxic.
Extremely toxic. And why are you making it normal? And that's why I don't have a lot of friends. I know a lot of people, but that's how I stay sane. I find when I meet people, the good thing is that I'm a social butterfly. So when I meet people, I'm able to sieve out, and then out of like 20 people, I end up finding like one person that just does not give a fuck like me. And that person just becomes my parapet, become close. And I don't need more than one friend or two friends. As long as we can support each other, have each other's backs, and do almost everything together, fuck the rest. You know what I mean? So that's how I've stayed sane. I've created my own bubble. When it's time to, perform with the Nigerians, I'll go and perform. But after that, me and my real people enter our shell, and then we have fun. I'm the kind of person that will just go out with one friend, and then we buy a bottle of liquor. And then two of us will do feast, and then we'll have a great night. Everyone will want to come and talk to us because they can see that we're genuinely having fun, as opposed to the ones that are buying sections and posing and doing like, and then, why are you outside? Stay in your freaking house. You know what I mean? So once you find your tribe, you will thrive anywhere. Yes, there are a lot of things that we would have loved to be doing now, but like you said, the societal norms are so toxic that it won't fly. So you get to a point where you're like, you have to spread your wings in another society that's more tolerant. So yeah, that's kind of like where we are now. Yeah.
So what advice would you have for people that basically trying to get into the place where you are, like as a fashion personality, TV presenter, or human being, somebody who is basically different? Do you have any advice for them?
I'll say you're lucky because with the internet came awareness and exposure. So things are not as set in stone as they were when I was a teenager or when I was in my early to late 20s. Now people dare to be themselves. So I'll say dare to be yourself, as long as you can condition your mind to drown out the voices, drown out the opinions, and as long as you can condition yourself to not needing or wanting or valuing validation from the average person, then you're good. You're good to go. You don't need their validation. You are your own validation. In fact, they need your validation because you're the black sheep, and the black sheep is the exotic sheep. So they need you to like them. You don't need them to like you. You know what I mean? So once you have that mindset, you really wouldn't care about what anyone says. And the truth of the matter is that the people that really matter, the people, the successful, deep, wise people, they don't even have time to prosecute and judge and be all up in your business, because they're too busy being happy and successful, to care about what the fuck you're doing. So do not give a hoot about them, all right? Because it's only the depressed, downtrodden, the weak, the bitter, and the lonely. Not like there's a bad thing. It's a bad thing to be lonely, but those are the people that spend all their time trying to look for imperfections and trying to drag you down to their level, because people can't give what they don't have. If they feel hate and self-rejection and pain and bitterness inside, what else are they going to spew? The same thing. You can give what you don't have. So why should you care about such people? Is that the frequency you're trying to vibe on? No. So, generate your own frequency, vibe high. Those who matter will meet you at that level. The others will just be below you talking shit. The minute you look there, they're pulling you down to them. So just be audacious enough to be yourself, and you would not regret it. It will pay off on the long run. It will pay off. I promise you. There's a reason why I burst into the scene in 2008. A lot of people have fallen off and I'm still here. There's a reason. And that's because, number one, obviously, the grace of God. And number two, I dare to be me. I have zero apologies for who I am. Zero. And that's it. As long as you're not hurting anyone, hurting yourself, and as long as you gain consent when another party is involved, fucking do you.
To more the gospel. In Jesus'
Amen.
name. I want people to hear this kind of thing, because it's like, it does a lot for people's confidence as well, when they begin to understand that the only person that is trying to bring you down is the person that hates you.
Yes.
It's there is no two ways about it. It's like, you want me to suffer for what is wrong with you? Like, go and do deliverance or something.
Exactly.
Deal with it yourself.
You come in to say all sorts of things on my page. Like, no. Just be you. The right people will gravitate towards you. That's the truth.
Yeah. We're blocking them this year. Anybody with bad women,
blocked. Hashtag blocked with a T. BLOCKED. Blocked.
That button is so easy to find now.
Hey, so they have to block this account and other accounts that this user might create to continue trolling you. Block their life. Their father.
Thank you so much. This was actually very interesting. I'm pretty sure people are going to get a lot of gems from this. And people are going to gather a lot of content. We should even do another episode of mental health.
Yes, we should. Yes, we should. Thank you. I had fun.
I had fun. It was actually very interesting.
Yes.
So, please, thank you guys for listening, and hopefully you can share this. You should actually share this, because to help a lot of people.
Yes.
To be honest. So share it as much as you can, and you can listen to us on Spotify, and we're also going to post it on YouTube as well.
Sweet.
Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye. Bye.